If there are 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be, and there are 8 billion people, let's say, just for hypothetical sake, that each of those Bitcoin were distributed equally among all people, that would mean that each person would have 0.002625 worth of Bitcoin. And so, naturally, if you are just aiming for zero point zero 0.01 Bitcoin, you are naturally going to be in a place down the line where you have amassed a certain kind of wealth that is not necessarily related to money, because you're not working for money, okay? You're working for sovereignty when it comes to Bitcoin. And when it comes to fiat in general, like fiat is fine if it's not attached to the banks per se too much, or if it's not attached to the governments too much. But the fact that the fiat system that we currently reside in is so impacted and so manufactured that we can't even live as people anymore without, like, even because we're all working for money. We're all working for money, and we're not even hanging on to or remembering our own humanity. And Bitcoin, I genuinely believe, is spiritually sound. I don't think that it's something that is going to be contributed to or distributed in such a way that it can be used for evil, unless there's going to be some kind of form of evil ministries down the line that's trying to confiscate your Bitcoin, or there's going to be the internet turning off or whatever. All in all, naturally speaking, the case that we are making when it comes to Bitcoin is that even just owning 0.01 Bitcoin will probably change your whole life down the line. Because if you think about this as well, there are currently only 106 million people, roughly speaking, on who owns Bitcoin. Okay, that means that on average, the average person, if the 21 million Bitcoin were completely mined and everything, right? 0.0 or 0.019 Bitcoin worth would be distributed on average throughout that amount of people. Now, let's take this, right? Because that's only 1.2% of the population right now, currently, something like that, 106 million. So imagine down the line, let's say in 5 to 10 years, when there's going to be more people opting into Bitcoin. And let's say it even goes up to 1 billion people that have Bitcoin by the time 2035 comes around. Okay, that means that if you hold 0.1 at this time and in the future, you're going to be so far ahead of the curve that it's not even going to be fathomable about how far ahead you are in the game. So it's not about, just the panic buying or the panic selling or anything like that. It's about stacking your Bitcoin in a fashion that is going to improve and increase your sovereignty, that is also going to help you with your views of the overall monetary systems. Because there's a quote that said something like, I don't know who it's by exactly, but it said something like, if you don't understand computers and if you don't understand money, then you're sure as hell are not going to understand Bitcoin. And I genuinely believe that this is also the case. And it's only when you start to research it more and see what it actually is, because once you understand computers and once you understand money and how money works, that's when you start to find the sovereignty in the cash flow slash, not, because it's technically not cash, but the monetary system slash asset system that is Bitcoin. It's an asset that can be used as a currency. Okay, there's a reason why you have billionaires stocking up on Bitcoin right now and not gold and silver. Okay, think about this. How many people that you know are rich around the world that are stacking cash and silver right now, or stacking cash, silver, or gold right now. I don't know too many, but I do know a lot of people that are talking about Bitcoin. I do know a lot of people that are talking about other cryptocurrencies. I don't think Bitcoin is technically a cryptocurrency, even though it is digital currency, right? I think that it's something completely different because it's something that is completely reshaping how you view sovereignty and how you view money and how you view spiritual freedom. And I think that that's going to be the most important thing going forward, is to not forget our humanity. Don't panic buy, don't panic sell, stack accordingly, and don't go broke to try to just get your Bitcoin, because you have yourself now to take care of, okay? Don't make any dumb decisions, but also accept that where you're at is where you're at. All right? So with all that being said, I hope this was useful and insightful information for you, and I hope you all stay blessed. Peace.